So one of the biggest challenges that Exploration has had to overcome through the COVID-19 closure is that we have the youngest age children. We have kindergarten through third graders. And so we have some 5-year-olds all the way up to 8 and 9-year-olds. And so they really need that parent guardian support to help them with online learning. And even when we provide them packets for information for learning purposes, they still need that support of a parent or guardian or caregiver. And what we found through our surveys is that that challenge is even greater because over 50% of our families are essential workers. So our kiddos are spending a lot of time in other places. They're at daycare or with a grandma or an auntie, and the reliability of the extra caregiver to give the educational instruction is not there for them. The pandemic has brought on a lot of things that we need to address with our families, but the top 3 things that we have done, the first was providing multiple modes of education and access to curriculum throughout this time. And then we also have shifted completely from Microsoft over to Google Classroom for consistency for all of our families. And then the third thing that we've done is device drive-throughs. We've really tried to meet our families where they are, provide 3 different days and times so they could drive through, sign off, get their device, and that's worked out great. We've seen an increase from 25% of our children accessing our iReady diagnostic and instructional path, and now we're up to 75% of our children accessing that. Building community has been a challenge for us. We are proud of our brick and mortar community building with our family nights that we were having once a month. So now that we've gone into this virtual learning, we look at it in 2 buckets. So the one bucket is building community with our students and families. So each of our teachers have built in little different incentive plans to get the children active and put them in raffles. We've been mailing home little certificates and little prizes to them based on their participation. Kindergarten is going to have a kindergarten graduation celebration parade at the end of June. So just our kindergartners will be able to come through. They'll get some Exploration swag and a little certificate of completion. For staff, our PBIS and Sunshine Committee is taking the lead on this. We have hosted a dance party night via Zoom. We recently had a bingo night where we play virtual bingo and give out awards. And then we have a murder mystery night coming up later in the month that we're excited for. So relationship building is an area of strength for us at our school. It's been a priority since we were in our building. Our teachers continue to reach out to parents in every form possible. They've worn multiple hats, as they did when we were in brick and mortar, but we see more hats that they're wearing during this closure time. They're a teacher, they're IT support, they're a counselor, and just an ear a lot of times for parents. And then they've basically been an engineer in redesigning their brick and mortar classroom to a virtual classroom with, 5 to 9-year-olds trying to figure out how to do this. And I think the one thing that I love is that they're flexible. So they're used to their 8:30 to 4:30 day. We shifted it a little bit with the virtual hours. But now we still have teachers who are offering video conferencing 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at night just to get those kiddos on that couldn't get on during the day because their parent is an essential worker. And I couldn't ask for a better staff. They each bring their own uniqueness and are constantly saying, hey, look what I found. Look at this new tool. Can the school look into this? This is something I think our kids would love. And then within each grade level, it's just so neat to see how kindergarten rallies together to support our kindergartners. And then how third grade teachers are trying to raise the bar to keep those kids on track for state testing next year. So we're really proud of them. Our families have the participation rate started very low. So that first week, March 16th, we had sent home the packets, and then we also gave them their iReady logon information, which is that online learning platform for both reading and math. So when we looked at our data, we only had 25% of our families accessing that platform. And we most recently ran the data for the week of May 4th, and we are up to 75% of our children who are accessing iReady, and that's consistent within 1% for the reading platform and the math platform. So 74 to 75% One of the goals that the leadership team and the Board of Trustees is rallied behind is that we want 10% or less of our students to have zero participation. And so when we say zero participation, that's no video conferencing, no iReady, no posting on our dojo, no contact at all, essentially. And we currently are holding at 19.5% with zero participation, but we're increasing our efforts and leveraging our whole child support team to be that next round to reach out to those families. We're still driving academic success right now, and we're treating it as if we were in our building.